Hey, yo, Ram fam. Welcome back to Tuesday night CIU Esports Rams. We are playing Overwatch tonight. Team Overwatch Gold will be competing this evening. We are super excited about that. It is going to be a fun and raucous match. Now, tonight we are playing the SIUE Cougars. Who went 1-1. We're going to throw our standings up on the screen real fast just to show you where everything is in the Overwatch East 5 Conference. Right now, your CIU Rams are 2-0 with the Georgia Bulldogs and Iowa Hawkeyes. COE College 1-1, SIUE Cougars 1-1, Dakota State 0-2, Ringling Armadillos, who we played a couple weeks back, 0-2, UHD Gators 0-2. So you'll have the opportunity to see those stats here in just a few moments so that you can see exactly what the standings are. Joining me tonight is Overwatch Blue team captain Sabbatical. He's going to be filling in the gaps for us to tell us a little bit about what we're looking at on screen. And Sabbatical, how are you feeling about this game? What do you anticipate from our boys before our match gets started here in 1 minute?
I'm feeling confident. I mean, last game we streamed, and even before that, we have won with very little issue, and it's been great comms, very good communication, and just great teamwork overall. So I feel very confident CIU can win this.
I'm feeling like that as well. The more and more I talk to these guys, the more confident they become in the next regular season. And they are super pumped about continuing to press forward, continuing to work hard. Their team composition is being continuously refined, even in terms of how they talk to one another on comms in the arena. It is continually improving, I should say, especially at the beginning of the fall semester here, where we have a new team comp with new freshman Hunter Phillips, aka Kibbs, joining us, who has been doing a great job off-rolling on support. Now, your CIU Rams on DPS are Zest team captain Ray Williamson, and How's Your Day, Aiden Wiggins. On tank, we have Harry Potter, the boy who lived, Sugman, you may see him in game, and of course on support, the legendary Winter and new freshman Hunter Phillips. Winter being Austin Goff, all the way from California. We are super excited about this team. Thank you guys for joining us in chat. If you haven't already, be sure to drop us a follow. We'll be dropping our socials periodically as we get started here in just a moment. And Sabbatical, maybe you can educate me and any first-time viewers. What maps might we anticipate tonight, or will we actually have to wait and see?
So there are a lot of different maps, and as we get into like the standings, and as CIU and other teams discover what maps they can choose from, usually the maps depend on the objective. So we'll see a lot of different objective types, and we'll see a lot of different maps coming from CIU and whichever one the Cougars pick.
Excellent. And we are hoping to see game kickoff here any minute. The teams must be readying up and finalizing some things, including the coin toss, and who will be taking objectives first. And we do hope to see the Flashpoint map come back, the new map this season, which has appeared in the last 2 games. It appears to be the only map in which CIU ever really feels any pressure, at least in the next regular season so far. We will see if that's continually true in Game 3 or Round 3 of the NACE Open Premier regular season. Now, if you're just joining us in chat, we see you over there. Six Phillips, Omen, welcome in. Gamehawk, welcome in. Time X Trickshot, welcome in. And we see first time chatter Tiki Doop, welcome in. So glad to have you guys, and we are super pumped that you are joining us. The match should be starting any minute here. And our good guy, Sabbatical here, Overwatch Team Blue captain, will be giving us a little insights into what we're watching here. Now, as the stream gets started, tell me a little bit about this map and what we can anticipate, Sabbatical.
So this map is going to be a King of the Hill or Koth kind of game mode, and each team will spawn on opposite sides of the map and converge in the middle, that giant ring around. And they will contest for the point. Get some percentage on there and get some points hopefully. It'll be a best of 3. This will be the first map or round.
Good. Now, historically, CIU Overwatch Gold performs reliably well on Koth maps.
Yes, their flow and pathing are really good on the Koth maps. They have great brawl and they have great speed. So I think that'd be very beneficial.
All right, so we have a 20-second countdown that sort of dictates to us before they can begin occupying, or at least getting credit for occupying the objective, at which point they will cap and begin increasing in percentage. Of course, the fight begins well before that. You want to try to eliminate as many players as you can so that you can get there peacefully and at least park on it for a few seconds before things get a little wild.
Exactly. We see Mystic giving some great pressure, or Sugman, my apologies. Give some great pressures to the enemy team as they are pushed back. CIU with the high ground currently, but losing point. He was actually getting advantage. CIU actually seems to be very interestingly disorganized, as both supports are way in the spawn.
Yeah, just perhaps some early game miscommunication there. It looks like we've already had a cap from blue team here, and we're hoping to see CIU bring it back. We had a couple early picks where CIU, a couple players went down pretty fast, which is atypical for this team on this map. So we're hoping to see a little bit of a comeback here, or maybe they can reclaim the territory and start pushing that percentage upwards.
Great pick. Coming up the fight. Sugman with great pressure here. An unfortunate pick on Zest. However, Sugman is holding down this point. Prejudice.
Now we're seeing a little bit of retaliation on behalf of CIU. Almost a total party kill right there. Super aggressive return. Perhaps they were giving them just a little bit of leeway so they can gain their bearings. The team CIU circling back around, and suddenly the percentage is growing red.
I know. How's your day? Pulls up to the scene with 2 kills. Something good for CIU with a quick comeback. Interesting start.
So you are watching CIU Overwatch Gold compete against Southern Illinois University Edwardsville campus. And so far we have seen a pretty aggressive start to this match. I am joined here today by Overwatch Blue Captain Sabbatical Aiden Ivey, Grandmaster player and who's been overseeing the blue team from the start of the semester. And he is joining me tonight for broadcasting. I'm so glad you were able to make time for me in your schedule. Normally your broadcasting is brought to you by Rich the Kid, the GOAT, who happens to be working out of town. He may be joining us in chat later. He is a huge supporter of CIU Esports. But today, you get Crab Clown Jimmy and the legendary Sabbatical. Now, red percentage is continually growing up, and it looks like Southern Illinois is recovering a little bit from that attack. Have we noticed anything specific about CIU's retaliation so far?
Honestly, that fight was very determinatory of How's Your Day's flank there. He had a great shot on the enemy team as they were turning their back, and had a great ult. As you can see, though, it might not pay off as he's getting chased by the whole team.
Oh, lots of pressure there for How's Your Day. He's on the run. Oh,
unfortunately, he loses that.
Too little, too soon, buddy. Good try. Good try.
Cougars are gaining a lot of momentum from that pick. Harry, the last one, standing on point just to get a little bit more damage. A little more points there. And unfortunately falls. Cougars have gained back their capture of the point and have slowly gained percentage.
CIU Overwatch Gold tends to be an extremely, extremely busy team. They are scrimming 5 nights a week. Of course, they have their NACE regular season matches on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. That's where you are right now, joining us for the fun and the action. But they additionally play extra games on Saturdays, sometimes 2 extra games in another league. And so they are doing their best to stay sharp and to stay competitive. And they may even be trying some things out tonight for the very first time. We won't know until the end. We'll have the opportunity to hear from How's Your Day, Aiden Wiggins, currently playing DPS. And he will be joining us for a post-game interview to tell us a little bit about his projections for the team and some player highlights from this game.
An interesting pick for the Doomfist to get back to the point here as the percentage starts to get to a close end. CIU holding down the point extremely well. Unfortunately, Zest gets picked off. CIU manages to hold it, getting 100%.
Very good. That's that first objective secured. Now tell us about the second phase of this map. We're going to see this occur again, right? This is a best of 3 experience, this Koth map.
Exactly. We will see the same thing. They will both spawn on different sides, and they will join in the middle just like the first one. It's just a different map setup. So yeah, the fights will flow different, and each team will position differently than we saw on the first map. And it's leads to different different plays, different experiences all around. Super excited for this one.
Well, it's certainly a confidence booster to get that first point in that first map. It does a lot for morale, and these are 5 guys, again, who work incredibly hard to get to know each other, to continually improve both their gameplay, their comms, even in terms of how they treat and talk to one another. I've had the opportunity to sit down and listen to them just care. They do such a great job of improving not only their ability to play this game well, but they're learning to communicate even better, especially with new players joining the team. Just legendary work on behalf of CIU Overwatch Gold tonight.
We see an unfortunate pick on Winter here, but we'd love to see the flanks from How's Your Day and Kibbs. They seem to be at a flanking pair here, as at any time the fight starts, they are behind the enemy team together. So that's unfortunate gets picked, so does Kibbs. It looks like an unfortunate loss for CIU this first round. This first fight, I'm sorry. And the Cougars get a few extra percentage to start this round off.
Yes, Southern Illinois doing another great job capping pretty early and bringing in a lot of red X's on the CIU side. And so if you're a first-time viewer with us or you're new to Overwatch, Columbia International University is on red side right now on your screen. On the right side, those are our players, and then Southern Illinois being on the right. And so you see their percentage climbing because they capped the objective first. They got there, they held it, and right now they are continuing to hold it until CIU can eliminate that team and get more people, more players closer to that objective.
Yeah, a huge pick from Kibbs and Silver. As you see Kibbs on the flank again, still off angles. We love to see. How's Your Day falls? Just Kibbs and Suckman left on the point to fight just for a little bit more time, or the possibility of a cap, and unfortunately Kibbs falls in battle. That's 2 fights lost for CIU now, and I'm interested to see how they come back from this one. As they gain ultimates and charge, I hope they will use them effectively, get us some percentage.
Now, for first-time Overwatch viewers, and I am a lesser experienced Overwatch viewer, so I lean really heavily on you, Sabbatical. The percentages we see next to character profiles in the upper right, that is their ultimate meters rising. That is the circular meter for the player in the center of the screen. As that fills up percentage-wise, they will get their ultimate move off, which is unique to the character. Am I accurate here?
That is exactly correct. I'm excited to see what they can do with it. As you can see, a few ultimates cast by CIU, and we actually get a few picks to start off. And it almost looks like a team fight win here. As a great few picks from Zest, and a great dive from our monkey specialist Suckman. As you can see, CIU is pushing their aggression as they're with momentum as they won the first fight. They've actually gone to their spawn almost. Kibb's getting a nice few picks from their spawn. As CIU continues to hold that aggression, just delaying the team a little bit longer to gain that extra percentage.
Now, I know we have a lot of Kibbs fans in chat. If you're here because you know our boy Kibbs, Hunter Phillips, first-year freshman for CIU Overwatch Gold, put a little noise in chat. Let him know you're here. Let him know that you love him. He's been working hard to off-roll. He is a main tank player, but he has been off-rolling on support and doing a killer job. You have the evidence right before your eyes.
Kibbs just barely managed to stay alive and even gets a pick from it.
A high-risk, high-reward moment for sure. Now, CIU's bringing the percentages back up. They're occupying this objective. I wonder why they allowed Southern Illinois to get so high a percentage. Was it a part of their strategy, or were they just scrambling at the beginning? Do you have an opinion, Sabbatical?
So I think that the early fight determined how it was going to go, right? Because of their loss, they knew that the team had momentum, and they just honestly, I believe, saved for ults, right? So he went to the fight, tried to get damage, and tried to get ultimate charge, and then went to the next fight with ultimates to win. And I think that worked out in their favor here. This fight's starting off soon as Mystic or Slugman gets a huge pick and push on the enemy Reinhardt. Huge pick from Winter on his giant window. And just another secure team fight here for CIU.
We're very close to this first map, going to CIU.
What a great fight. That just shows the power of positioning ultimates right there.
And there they are, your CIU Overwatch Gold, doing a great job occupying that. Player of the game going to Southern Illinois player. Let's have a look at this. Certainly a very meaningful attack with 4 CIU picks pretty early. Well done, Southern Illinois.
I think that map truly, like Koth, really shows the power of CIU. Our great usage of speed and just overwhelming power is really shown well in Koth.
Now, because we capped and hit 100% 2 times in a row, that was the best of 3 for this map. This is the first team point for CIU, correct?
That is correct. We will now move on to a new objective, which is a hybrid type. So it is Koth in the beginning, and then we'll be able to push a payload to certain objectives and earn points based on how far we get with said payload. So I think this one will be a little bit more interesting, as it takes this typically takes a little bit longer as a game mode.
So we see in the NACE regular season that it is typically a best of 5. And so there are 5 eligible maps to play tonight. And stop me if I'm wrong, Sabbatical, but we are going into map 2. If CIU takes this, we will move into map 3, at which point we are looking for another 3-0 win in our 3rd round of the NACE regular season in the Open Premier Division. So far, CIU has gone 3-0 for their first 2 rounds, their first 2 weeks of games. We're hoping to see the same thing tonight. So far, we're on track to do that. We are 1 point over Southern Illinois, and we'll see what map 2 has to bring for us.
I agree. CIU's been very dominant, and I think the same thing will happen here. As we can see, even with a few misfights in the beginning, CIU managed to bring it back. And I think that'll happen here. I think they'll stay solid.
So as we're assembling our rosters here with a 25-second countdown, we are waiting for everyone to ready up. What do you know about this map? So you mentioned it starts off with perhaps a Koth level objective, and then it moves to a push the payload. Is that right?
That is correct. I believe this map is heavily high ground advantage. That is the case with every map, but some maps just have that overwhelming, that reigning high ground. That is just, this map takes it to a different level.
So flying characters will have an advantage here, or any of those who can get to rooftops and shoot down. They are just going to have a stronger advantage against others. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think that'll be the case, yes. I think CIU will make a great push here in the beginning. And we'll see how it plays out.
What can you tell me about the comp that they've chosen? As you've looked at the faces of the heroes in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, what can you determine, Sabbatical, as a Grandmaster player yourself, what could you project about the players you see on screen right now?
So I think CIU is going for a more brawl or rush kind of comp, brawl rush sort of comp here, as they push in aggressively with high damage and negation and healing, and push through the team. While the Cougars seem to have a more defensive, laid back, like kind of wait and see kind of mentality with the Rhine Shield and the Sim turrets.
So as our 3-minute and 35-second timer winds down, they are hoping to occupy and cap that objective before it starts to move.
Indeed, as you can see, CIU with a quick rush and a few great picks to start the round off.
That was beautifully one-sided in CIU's favor. We see that cap rising. It looks like we're about to get some opportunity to move forward here. There was a sudden pause. This could be because we had a player fall out or crash. So we're going to wait just to see what we learn here from these players. If you haven't already, we've dropped a couple links in chat. We're so thankful that you guys have joined us for this CIU Overwatch Gold match. Right now, we are on a pause because we believe one of the players has lost connections. We are giving them a chance to reconnect. This may reset the map for us in just a second, so hang in there just a moment. But if you haven't already, be sure to check the About section of the Twitch stream, and you can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube, where we upload a lot of highlights and the VODs after these matches. And we would love to connect with you there because we upload a lot of really, really fun highlights. Last week, we had the opportunity to highlight freshman Hunter Phillips, a really classically funny moment that he got to do for us. So be sure to circle over there and check that out. Additionally, we'll be dropping the CIU merch store link in chat here in just a second as well. And if you're looking for a way to support your CIU Esports Rams in a way that also helps them continue to grow the program, this is a great way to do that. Whether it's a t-shirt or whether it's a hat or whether it's stickers or sunglasses, this is just a unique way to continue to show your support for CIU. And bits and Twitch subscriptions are other ways to do that, but that's all up to you. We're thankful that you're here supporting your CIU Overwatch Rams. Right now, we are at a pause. We are waiting for Southern Illinois to reset. They had a player lose connection, and they will be back in just a moment. But right now, my name's Crab Clown Jimmy. I am head coach of CIU Esports Rams, and I'm joined here today by Overwatch Blue Captain Sabbatical, Mr. Aiden Ivey himself, to commentate your game today. We will be right back once the game is underway. Welcome back, Ram Fam. Crab Clown Jimmy here, joined by Sabbatical. Thank you so much for being patient as we were waiting for SIUE player connectivity to restore. Due to some power outages in their area, they will be forfeiting the second map to us. So right now, CIU does have the lead 2-0. We are getting ready to prepare to move into map 3, which will be Flashpoint. Sabbatical, tell us a little bit about Flashpoint and what the players, or rather what the viewers should expect to see moving into map 3.
So if this next map is Flashpoint, I'm pretty sure it is. But we'll see a common theme with the King of the Hill kind of game mode here, as it'll be just like these past few maps we've seen. We have to cap the objective, but the catch is the map stays the same, and then objective moves between different places along the map. If any of you are familiar with Hardpoint or anything like that is similar to this kind of game mode. And it seems that I was correct. The next map will be Flashpoint.
Excellent. Well, you're an experienced player, and to be honest, I believe Flashpoint has been the third map consecutively in the first and second rounds of the NACE regular season. Am I close there?
So yeah, I think Flashpoint is the third choice in objective type for NACE, I believe, is the rules set there.
Excellent. Well, if we have any Southern Illinois University Edgeworthville players watching, we do hope the team is okay. We know sometimes power outages can be indicative of weather, so that we hope that you are safe, that you are sound, and you're able to get back to your PC in a safe way there. Thank you guys so much for joining us. CIU Overwatch Gold transitioning into map 3. We currently are 2-0 due to map 2 being forfeited due to violation of terms by virtue of players being forced to log out due to power connectivity and the inability to sub them in after a map has started, according to the regular season rules. We are going into map 3, which is Flashpoint, getting ready to enter the game so that you can see exactly what's going on here to see if CIU can take map 3 perhaps a more traditional way this time. We are still on the right side, the red team. You can see the players loading in here. We have about 20 seconds before the action kicks off. And Flashpoint, King of the Hill type map, where the objective relocates after it is capped. So this is a pretty fun and dynamic map to watch. We hope that you guys are excited to see it as well.
And as you said earlier, CIU has actually struggled a few times on these kind of maps. So I think it might give the Cougars a fair chance after the unfortunate forfeit they had to take. So we might see a little bit of a heavier battle here.
Well, and and Southern Illinois, they did such a great job in the first map, both rounds of it, and coming on strong. They capped first both times, and they began aggressively holding CIU back and getting their percentages up. The second time, as high as 88% before CIU could even do anything. So we may see a map that tends to bend towards Southern Illinois' favor today. All we can do is wait and see. The action begins now. Now, in these early 20 seconds where you can't actually get credit for occupying, you can still attack and push the team back, right? So it stands to reason that you want to charge in heavy and push them back based on your team comp. What other variables might speak into what you do in these first 25 seconds, Sabbatical?
So a big thing here would be speed. As you can see, CIU opted for the Lucio pick and got the speed boost that Lucio offers and got to the point a little bit quicker than the Cougars did, allowing them to almost like stuff them into this doorway. It's a big deal in this game is speed and positioning, and I think CIU took great advantage of that with the Lucio pick. As you can see, it's almost a stalemate here in the beginning, because both teams are just fighting with cooldowns, trying to manage each other. An early pick on How's Your Day by the Cougars. A really early window from the GOAT, Winter.
A lot of aggressive play here.
It's a lot of back and forth here. CIU actually manages to lose the point to Cougars, but caps the win fight in the end. CIU has gained back the point, only losing a few percentages to Cougars here.
Now, they'll have to hit 100% before the King of the Hill flashpoint relocates to another side of this map, correct? So it hasn't moved yet, still in the same spot.
Yes. As you can see, the Cougars have actually gotten a few good picks and have actually moved past most of the CIU team. On the Zarya left standing.
Well, there's our first point from the CIU Overwatch gold team. Now, it was hard won. There were a lot of kills on both sides of those fights, and it's really unfortunate that Southern Illinois had to give up that second map because they are coming out strong. They are fighting hard, and they were a victim of their circumstances in that second map. And they may have what it takes here to push back against your CIU Esports Rams. So let's make sure that we stand behind them. We rally. If you are in chat, make a little noise for your favorite CIU Overwatch gold player by name. They do come back and read this. They are blessed by it, so be sure to make a little bit of noise. We're waiting for that flashpoint to unlock right now. Let's see how the percentages change.
Very early pick from CIU. A huge ult from Zest. Huge ult by Kivs as well with a huge beat to protect his whole team, allowing for the whole team to be aggressive and get a great few kills.
That was a very one-sided fight in that moment right there. There were a lot of kills in CIU's favor. Great, strong start trying to get this second flashpoint.
Exactly. Again, this speaks to CIU's speed as they rushed the team immediately and used ults before the team even had a chance to even think about using theirs, it seems like. Illinois actually might be choosing the same way to go here they did last time. How's Your Day with an early blade? A huge pick, but unfortunately trades. Test with another pick for CIU. I think CIU with a clear advantage in the tank area. Sorry. CIU still seems to be able to control this objective with great skill.
This one does feel a little bit more one-sided, unlike the last fight, and of course, unlike the last two maps, like we were just saying. Suddenly, CIU has a very, very aggressive POV and a very, very aggressive hold on this second one. Now, they are losing it suddenly in overtime. Let's see if it's contested. Let's see if we change sides.
Great pick from Kivs there early on. Huge zoning ult from Winter with the window. Allows his team a little bit more time to get pressure on Illinois. And And CIU manages to hold and get that 100%.
We have that second point, so the flashpoint is going to change for a third time. And I believe, help me understand this map a little bit. This one's a little bit confusing to my brain. It is going to relocate for a third position where they'll have to fight it off and hold it again. Upon that third point, is that their first actual point for this map, or have they rather won the entirety of this map?
So if CIU caps this third point, that'll be the entirety of the map won for CIU.
And therefore, the actual match for this evening in the NACE regular season.
That is true. Yes, they will win this, lead this NACE round. NACE match. Another huge feat from Kibbs, trying to give his team a little bit more time to add pressure. Stalling just a little bit longer with Suckman here, as they unfortunately lose the objective. Zez with an ult here, getting 2 huge picks, applying massive pressure to the back line. CIU almost being able to pull this back here.
It is suddenly very contested with Southern Illinois suddenly climbing in percentage on this flashpoint, giving a CIU a little bit of a harder workout this go. It suddenly matters very much to them. They know it's on the line. They know this match could be seconds from being over. But Southern Illinois, Edwardsville, they have had enough. They are fighting your CIU Rams as hard as possible, trying to get one of these points back. They will not go easy.
A huge deflect from How's Your Day as he deflects the enemy grab back into the feet. Unfortunately, doesn't seem to push the tide too much into CIU's favor, unfortunately. But still, that is a rare occurrence and a great show of skill from How's Your Day there.
Be sure to stick around after the match has concluded to hear from How's Your Day, Aiden Wiggins, to give us a little bit of a recap, projection, and a shout out to some of his peers. We will get to hear from that player later after this game. Let's see what happens right now in this tense moment.
Kibbs with a great beat to add aggression. The CIU caps the point.
Caps the point in overtime. Oh, my anxiety is rising, Sabbatical. I don't know if I can handle this, but they have such a long way to go in order to get that. Now, that was a total party kill in CIU's favor. Southern Illinois took a huge dive right there. Suddenly, red percentages are climbing and CIU are on top. Let's see if Southern Illinois can bring it back around.
CIU has actually held these kind of objectives like this almost perfectly, so it's not impossible for CIU to hold this perfectly, but only one fight and Illinois wins this round and the map changes, the objective changes here. And as you can see, CIU actually almost blankets Illinois and gets the quick W for Flashpoint and the NACE match.
They turned that back around pretty quickly. Your CIU Overwatch Gold turned around very, very quickly. Check out this play of the game by your team captain for Overwatch Gold, Zest.
It was unfortunate that Illinois had to forfeit, but I think CIU showed great skill and teamwork there.
Yeah, we do hate the circumstances that surrounded our opponent here in Southern Illinois, having to forfeit that second map. Again, due in large part to conference ruling. If you're in the middle of the map, you can't sub players in the middle of the map. That has to be between maps, I believe, according to the rules there. And so in light of one of their players going dark due to a power outage in their area, we do pray that that player is safe and that they are able to get the resources they need to get back up and running very, very quickly. But tonight, the W goes to your CIU Overwatch Gold Rams. In just a few short moments, you will have the opportunity to hear from Aiden Wiggins, aka How's Your Day, on some post-game remarks and some thoughts regarding the future. Be sure to stick around for just a moment, and How's Your Day will be joining us here in just a second. Well, I believe the bell, that may have been our guy, How's Your Day. Aiden, are you there?
What's up?
What is up indeed? That was a tremendous showcase of skill in the Flashpoint map. Tell me a little bit about what you saw in this map, because the pressure got real there for a second. What did you perceive? How did you guys feel going into map 3?
I mean, we felt pretty good. We knew that they had to make a bunch of adjustments because one of their main players kept DCing, so they had a sub in. So we wanted to push as aggressive as possible.
Yeah, and they showed a lot of promise in the early game on the first map as well. In a couple of circumstances, actually capping the point a little bit ahead of you guys. Were there any miscommunications taking place on your side, or were they just a little bit faster of a team when the gate opened?
There's just a couple miscommunications. They were running, we call it London Pilled comp right now because of the London Spitfire professional team. And
Yeah.
a lot of teams will run Reinhardt Rush, and we prefer to run an Orisa comp.
Okay, very well said. Very well said. Now, are there any plays of the game that you would like to call out? Any players on your team that to whom you'd like to give just a big shout out for their hard work today?
Definitely Kibbs. Kibbs is the person that I have to stick closest to in our Orisa comp. You have to send a soldier and an Alari on their own, and the person who I can always count on to hit his shots is Kibbs.
Well, how's your day? We have a lot of Kibbs fans in chat on the Twitch stream right now, so they love hearing his name, how great of a job he has done in his first semester on this team, especially off-rolling in a different role. So we love to hear shout-outs for guys working hard like him. Now, let me get your perspective. Last question for you here. What is your perspective knowing that we have just won the third round, 3-0 in the NACE regular season? We've got about five games left, I believe. How are you going to project these games? Do you feel like we're going to have more 3-0 wins just like we had last season? Do you anticipate any teams giving us a run for our money? What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be an 8-0 season again. I definitely think that we have succeeded or superseded expectations, and I think that we definitely have an undefeated season ahead of us.
That is certainly encouraging to hear. Fans, you have heard it from the mouth of one of the team members here, Aiden Wiggins. How's your day? DPS extraordinaire, doing a great job playing on the team this year. We just won round 3 Overwatch Gold in the NACE regular season. We are getting ready to close our stream for now, but I have been your host, Crab Clown Jimmy, joined tonight by Overwatch team captain for Team Blue, Sabbatical, Aiden Ivy. We have loved getting to cast for you. We hope that you will stick around. Be sure to follow us on socials. We will have VODs up at the end of this week. We look forward to celebrating with you the making of history on this coming Thursday at 7 o'clock, where our first Super Smash Bros. Ultimate match will be streamed on Twitch at 7 o'clock. So if you're a player or a viewer or a fan, be sure to be there. First time historical gameplay happening right here at Columbia International University. You guys have a great night. We are signing off.
Talking like, ooh, we in our stage. You don't seem to know, ooh.